Hi, my name is Kelp, and this is the Lion of Poetry. To commemorate April Fool's Day, and more importantly, to commemorate the 30th birthday of our beloved son Ezra, who is an expert in comedy and humor, the theme for today's episode is poems that will make you laugh. We're going to cover 2 or 3 poets. We're not going to do a lot of commentary. The idea here is to read some poems that will at least bring a smile to your face. Let's get right into it. The first poem type that we will need to explore if we're looking at humorous poetry is the limerick. The limerick is 5 lines long. The first, second, and 5th line rhyme with each other, and the 3rd and 4th line rhyme with each other. And they tend to be humorous and sometimes bawdy. Limericks were popularized by a poet named Edward Lear. He was a poet, an illustrator, an artist who lived from 1812 to 1888. The problem with Edward Lear's limericks is now in the 21st century, they're not that funny, at least not in my estimation. They tend to make fun of different body parts, people with long noses or big ears or this type of thing. Here's an example of one of Edward Lear's most famous limericks about a man with a funny beard. There once was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." The most racy limericks often begin with, "There was a young man from Nantucket." I'll give you an example of one of those and a couple of more modern examples of limericks before we move on. There once was a man from Nantucket who kept all his cash in a bucket, but his daughter named Nan ran away with a man, and as for the bucket, Nan took it. There once was a lady named Ferris, whom nothing could ever embarrass, till the bath salts one day in the tub where she lay turned out to be plaster of Paris. A wonderful bird is the pelican. His beak can hold more than his belly can. He takes in his beak food enough for a week, but I'm darned if I see how the hell he can. Our next stop is Ogden Nash, American poet who lived from the year 1902 to 1971. Famous for his short, witty poems. Let's look at a few examples. A Word to Husbands by Ogden Nash. To keep your marriage brimming with love in the loving cup, whenever you're wrong, admit it. Whenever you're right, shut up. The hippopotamus. Behold the hippopotamus. We laugh at how he looks to us. And yet in moments dank and grim, I wonder how we look to him. Peace, peace, thou hippopotamus. We really look all right to us, as you no doubt delight the eye of other hippopotami. A Flea and a Fly in a Flue by Ogden Nash. A flea and a fly in a flue were imprisoned, so what could they do? Said the fly, "Let us flee, let us fly," said the flea. So they flew through a flaw in the flue. Reflections on ice breaking. Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. Final poet for today, although we'd love to go on forever, is one of Ezra's favorites, Sheldon Silverstein. Sheldon Silverstein was a fascinating person. Not only was he a famous poet and best-selling author, but he wrote the lyrics for a number of hit songs in the 1960s and 70s. Most notably, A Boy Named Sue, which was sung by Johnny Cash, written by Sheldon Silverstein, and several hits for Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show, if you remember that group, Sylvia's Mother, and on the cover of Rolling Stone. Here's a couple of selections from Sheldon Silverstein. Smart by Sheldon Silverstein. My dad gave me $1 bill 'cause I'm his smartest son. And I swapped it for 2 shiny quarters 'cause 2 is more than 1. And then I took the quarters and traded them to Lou for 3 dimes. I guess he don't know that 3 is more than 2. Just then along came old blind Bates, and just 'cause he can't see, he gave me 4 nickels for my 3 dimes. 4 is more than 3. And I took the nickels to Hiram Coombs down at the seed feed store, and the fool gave me 5 pennies for them, and 5 is more than 4. And then I went and showed my dad, and he got red in the cheeks and closed his eyes and shook his head, too proud of me to speak. The Yip-Yuck by Sheldon Silverstein. In the swamplands long ago, where the weeds and mudglumps grow, a Yip-Yuck bit on my toe. Exactly why, I do not know. I kicked and cried and hollered, oh! The Yip-Yuck would not let go. I whispered to him, soft and low. The Yip-Yuck would not let go. I shouted, stop, desist, and whoa! The Yip-Yuck would not let go. Yes, that was 16 years ago, and the Yip-Yuck still won't let go. The snow may fall, the winds may blow. The Yip-Yuck will not let go. The snow may melt, the grass may grow. The Yip-Yuck will not let go. I drag him round each place I go, this Yip-Yuck that won't let go. And now, my child, at last you know exactly why I walk so slow. Well, happy 30th birthday, Ezra. And thanks to all of you for tuning in. Hope you got a few laughs or at least a few giggles. Next week, we get serious again.